With the Flash movie having been released after so many years in development, I can finally say the DCEU is officially over. Thank God that garbage-having universe is out of here. I don't think I've seen this much meat writing from press and celebrities for a film since, like, ever. Talking about some, oh, the Flash film changed my life.
Say, bro, get off that nigga dick.
With all that said, is the Flash film actually a decent, well put together film and serves as a good send-off for the old DC universe? Yeah, actually the movie pretty much slaps. Now I know for this, many will be like a bittersweet ending or send off for the old DCEU or any remnants or what remains of the Snyderverse and the previous actors that have done for the most part a pretty good job of playing these iconic heroes. So I'm aware of some hesitation for James Gunn's reboot and the sadness of saying goodbye to this universe. Not me though, I'm glad that goofy universe is over. Hey bro, I'm sorry for the actors, but I am very much ready for this reboot. You got me messed up if you think I was gonna take any more of this stupid, inconsistent, garbage, unfaithful attempt of adapting the DC universe. Like bro, we moved Nick out with the old and in with the new, let's go. When it came to the Flash movie, I was actually quite surprised how much of a Barry Allen focused story the film had. Yeah, I'm aware the title of the movie is The Flash, so of course the focus would center on Barry Allen. But I was a bit concerned going in that it would focus on being more of an event film with bringing Michael Keaton Batman and Sacha Calle Supergirl, but surprisingly enough, the two Barrys do take center stage in the story. And I ain't gonna lie, Ezra Miller did a pretty decent job portraying both Barry Allens. You know what? I don't even know what the controversy is all about after watching the movie. Ezra did nothing wrong. Bro was completely innocent. After watching the movie, I don't even know what the fuss was about. My man's breaking the law and whatnot.
Say what, nigga?
That was a joke. I am very well aware of what he did. Please do not get on my ass. Michael Keaton Batman isn't sidelined or underutilized, but they use him in a way where he isn't the center of attention and portray him in a healthy manner. Same for Supergirl. However, I can understand why Michael Shannon playing Zod in the film didn't satisfy him as an actor, as he doesn't really do much and is more used as a MacGuffin for the third act. Though the pacing was pretty decent, didn't feel too long to me. The script does a pretty competent job of implementing the different themes of grief, loss, acceptance, and all that jazz. The younger Barry from the alternate timeline actually didn't annoy me as much as he serves as the embodiment of what everyone complained about with Barry Allen's demeanor in the previous DCEU films. Overall, a decent film I'd highly recommend. Also, this is just a completely random thing that serves no significance, but I noticed in the beginning that Ben Affleck's Batman didn't have his voice modulator. Not a huge thing at all, and it's just a nitpick, but I don't know why it felt a little odd hearing him talk like Batman without it. On top of that, I'm not the biggest fan of the suit he was wearing, specifically the chest piece, but I do like the blue and gray aesthetic. Some of the CGI was a bit goofy throughout, but the director Andy Muschietti said some of that was intentional as it served as Barry Allen's disillusioned perspective or point of view, so take that for what it's worth, I guess. One thing that kind of confuses me is if James Gunn's DC universe is a separate universe in the extensive DC multiverse separate from the DCEU, or if it's the after effects of Barry going back in time to prevent himself from preventing his mother's death at the end of the movie. This question only exists as we're obviously gonna get a new Batman and Superman, but some of the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker characters remain, we know, alongside with like Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. I'm assuming it's the first option, considering at the end we see George Clooney as Batman. And for clarification, George Clooney will not be the new Batman in James Gunn's DCU and The Brave and the Bold. James Gunn already debunked this supposed leak from that annoying white woman Grace Randolph, that Batman in The Brave and the Bold will be portrayed by a completely brand new actor. Also, it makes no sense to kick off a new universe with an older Batman. That cameo at the end was just a funny gag and nothing else. And the thing about it is that the film actually had a few different endings, with originally it being Michael Keaton Bruce Wayne and Supergirl being at the courthouse, but that was with the old Walter Hamada plan of having those two be a part of the new universe going forward, leading to the Batgirl film. Hell, there was one with freaking Sacha Calle Supergirl, Henry Cavill's Superman, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne at the end of the film. As for George Clooney, it doesn't make sense for longevity's sake. Bro isn't exactly in his younger years.
Oh my god.
But I might just be wasting my breath, as some of these comic book fans on the internet are dumb enough to only believe rumors and leaks rather than official confirmation and logic nowadays.
You niggas is just retarded.
And to any scoopers slash leakers who decided to spoil the cameos to the Flash movie,
Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now.
James Gunn stated how Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle will be the first character in his DCU, but Superman Legacy will be the first official film solidifying the new universe, as characters who will play major roles in the new universe going forward will make appearances in Superman Legacy, like members of the Authority, for example.
Film, which really doesn't start. I mean, the first DCU character for sure is Blue Beetle, and the first full DCU movie is Superman. You know, now that that's happening, it's relatively new. The same thing with Marvel. I mean, even MCU is relatively new. So I don't know if there's any innate things about tone, because I think that what both MCU and DCU need to do is to have a wider range of tones than they presently do.
So I guess technically the events of the Blue Beetle film would be canon to the rebooted universe, therefore making it somewhat the first DCU film. James Gunn's DCU actually starts with the Creature Commandos animated series, which is slated to release on Max sometime in 2024. Currently, there are several in-person screen tests for potential castings, like David Cornsweet being eyed for the role, which is a major fan cast I've seen for a while, actually having the possibility of becoming a reality. As for Lois Lane, actors like Emma Mackey, Phoebe Dynevor, and Rachel Brosnahan. The film is scheduled to start shooting sometime in January 2024, so they have to announce the official castings for Superman and Lois sometime, hopefully by the summer of this year. New universe meaning a younger Superman and Batman as the big pivots going forward. Speaking of Batman, it's been confirmed by official outlets like Variety and The Hollywood Reporter that the director of The Flash will officially be directing The Brave and the Bold, or the first entry of the new Batman in James Gunn's DCU. His sister/creative partner, Barbara Muschietti, will produce the film under their label Double Dream, alongside Gunn and Safran. After hearing this, I say let him cook, and as I think Andy will handle the mentor role if the two Barrys being on screen together proved anything. And the goofy CGI from the Flash film doesn't really concern me in the slightest when it comes to the direction of The Brave and the Bold, as a movie like that wouldn't require much VFX because it's freaking Batman and Robin, with hopefully alongside the rest of the Bat family. The most I could see them doing is implementing like Man-Bats or something from the Morrison comic run, but nothing too drastic. Apparently Gunn always wanted to attach the Flash directors to the project after seeing the movie for himself. At the moment, there is no release year or screenwriter attached to the film yet, but I could see the movie coming out something in the 2026-2027 range. If that's the case, hopefully we'll get a casting announcement maybe sometime next year, but we'll just have to wait and see. I could see them casting a bit older than the Superman casting, and hopefully making this Batman more of a seasoned veteran crime fighter to better distinguish from Robert Pattinson's portrayal. The actor isn't going to be as old as Ben Affleck, but I could see them doing like a mid to late 30s route, as it would match up with Bruce's age in The Brave and the Bold if Damian Wayne already exists. So that's that. The Flash film actually slaps. The DCU, as we know, is officially over. Thank God. James Gunn's DCU officially starts in 2024, or I guess maybe in a couple of months with Blue Beetle. Superman castings are going to be announced sooner rather than later, along with hopefully more information on the new universe as a whole. The Brave and the Bold has a director attached to it. DC fans eating good for once. Oh, and to any annoying Snyder cultists, please, enough with the Restore the Snyderverse campaign. Like, that joint is over, bruv. Like, it's not even over. It's Jover at this point. Move on. Do something. I honestly don't even know what's worse, that or the hashtag fire James Gunn on Twitter. Like, bro hasn't even started his universe, and some of y'all already on this man's schmeat.
Hand to hand, dick hitting the back of your throat, no gag reflex.